white had castled, or the line where white had played a4.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can figure these things out. Wesley might be close, but even him must be getting close.
Okay. Well, one answer already is what to do with this dark square bishop. And, well, Anand said, well, I'm going to try and trade it off. And Wesley says, no, thank you. And I kind of like what he's doing, but I'll be honest with you, having seen a lot of Magnus's games on the tour, I'm terrified of what Wesley So is doing on the queen side, because that tends to be a winning formula for white.
Yeah, the space grabbing.
Yeah.
Surprisingly annoying for black. And I have to say, this move, bishop to g3, it has become more or less standard, but to my eyes it always looked so strange to give up this bishop for the knight and then say, okay, you can have the two bishops, it's not a big deal. I even recall, probably not this exact position, but that at one of the training camps with Magnus, we were debating such a line, and he just said, yeah, this bishop g3, this looks playable for white. And I just couldn't believe it, because I thought, you're giving up the bishop for nothing, and black has no weaknesses? But yeah, he probably understands chess quite well.
Yeah.
That was my conclusion. Still shocking to me.
Well, one of the things that I didn't understand about this position is this bishop is also just a bad piece. But now it's been traded off, and we saw another pin, and the same defensive technique, which is simply retreat the bishop, knight takes, and okay, what about...
No respect for bishops. Vishy also gets rid of his. Now they have what we call opposite color bishops.
Yeah.
I guess it's equal.
It does feel quite equal, actually. No side having obvious weaknesses. Maybe one fine day, black can think about pushing his pawn to h5 and having some fun there. But for the meantime, he has to go on the defensive on the queen side.
Yeah, Wesley, very, very strong theoretician. Also, he likes to keep control of the game in the sense that he doesn't want things to get too crazy. And Vishy Anand, the legend, seems to have studied his Italian here. Looks like we're headed towards maybe not a draw, but equality. I don't think black can be worse here. This rook goes to c7, and there aren't real weaknesses. These opposite color bishops positions, they say it's usually about bishop activity.
Yeah.
Maybe put this guy here, but c3 is weak. I don't know. I think black is fine.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to put my bishop on that diagonal as well, but first I wanted to do this plan that Wesley just enacted, and then rook to b1, and oh look, my plan.
There you go.
h5.
He's trying to give
The trendy plan.
his poor bishop some more squares. But yeah,
Pawn takes.
h5 seems like a good move in any position. Now, oh, he's playing for checkmate. Rook takes, king goes here.
What about if the king goes to, I was going to say h4, but no. Rook takes.
This didn't happen. This is the dream.
Queen takes pawn, yes.
But unlikely.
No, we're not seeing that on the board. But hang on a second. Isn't it looking a little bit fishy?
No
For
pun intended,
Wesley?
I guess.
No, I was almost going to say for Vishy, but that would have been totally queen coming to d3, and then I guess he has to go rook b1, trade off that attacker immediately.
Still looks fairly safe, I would think. Rook b1, maybe queen takes a5, and then he has to think if he wants to continue playing a pawn down or take on b7. So
Wow.
he goes for pawn to f4. e5 as well. Wesley, so aggressive.
But that's actually the way he was playing in these super bet tournaments, incredibly aggressively. Castling on opposite sides, opening his king.
It's not the Wesley. I know, but he's just full-fledged top player. Of course he can do anything.
Yep.
Is he pushing? I don't think he is. White king is too weak as well. e6 or f5.
I mean, can you get a bit fruity and kind of start playing for g5?
Well,
I do like my pawn pushes.
Vishy likes his rook exchanges. Rook e1 threatened.
Okay.
Rook queen to c1.
But
So Wesley had to go back. And now it's very, very even. The b pawn is not moving.
yeah, I mean, the only thing black has to be really careful is about the queen moving to b3 and a bishop coming to c4, but, you know, that should be easily handled.
Yeah, black has enough counterplay, like queen to f2, pawn to h4.
Yeah.
Even if that construction happened, I think he would manage. But queen e4, somewhat surprising, letting the b pawn off the leash.
Trade
Maybe
off
they're
the
just looking
queens.
for a way to exchange
Okay,
queens and shake
that's
hands.
it. And let's see if any other games are going on. Do you want to see Max